Arm and Hammer to Hitmonlee's fan pool. What's that?
Okay.
I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Sound cave.
Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Wednesday, right over here. I'm gonna have the dynamic duo known as Buddy V with the one and only.
Sam K. And shit, man, we got a phenomenal guest in the building, all the way from Streetbeefs, West Coast. He's one of the young guns who's been putting on Hashira Mikey.
What's up, guys?
What up, man?
Not much, not much. Just healing.
Uh, for the audience, unfortunately, Fierce Honey has to deal with some family matters, so she won't be here tonight. But we'll be hearing from her in the future.
Heck yeah. But we're gonna have lots of fun. So, as you guys know, Hashira Mikey has been
Hold
making some waves. There's been
Yeah.
some crazy fights coming. What's up, Mordom? But like Samke said, you're a young up and rising star, and I'm curious because I was, wanted to know how old are you?
I'm 20. I turned 21 in July.
Dang, so you could kick ass but can't buy a beer. All right, I could dig it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I was curious because I was looking to through a handful of your fights, and we'll talk about some of them. But I found Luke Nasty,
on.
I found D-Ro, I found we all know the Darkness fight, but I know you have more than that. I don't know why I couldn't find some. What opponents was I missing for the people in the crowd? So I know I could try to find some too.
I know there was my first fight. It was a boxing match. It was against Luke Nasty. That was his name. He won that match. Yeah, he won that.
Uh,
And then after him, it was against the Great. His name is Thaddeus. It was a kickboxing match.
Real quick, Jay, can you send Mortem the link? And then we have like crazy feedback right now. But yeah, we could get Mortem on if he's down,
Hell yeah.
or since he's down.
all right.
That'll be cool.
Oh, you muted yourself. Oh,
I
there
think
you
we're good.
go.
No, he's testing to see which mic is giving out the feedback, and the
Fair
feedback was
enough.
still there. So ain't me.
All right, so we got Thaddeus. This is the kickboxing match, and what was the one after that? You said
My first Street Beefs match. It was a boxing match. It was versus Luke Nasty.
the one that should have been a draw. I mean, what?
Hey, bro, I have nothing to say against any of my losses. I have nothing to say. I have a lot to say, but it doesn't matter, does it?
I mean, this is a place where we speak on that. You know what I mean? If you choose to, if you feel like it, um, because ultimately we all have our own opinions. I look at my first fight. I edged it out, but I feel under Street Beefs rule set, I feel like that was truly a draw based off of Street Beefs. You know, we weren't going off of professional rules. So I mean, everyone's got an opinion. We here to hear yours.
All right then, yeah, and whatever you.
Is
No.
it Mikey, or do we still have feedback? Oh shit, it's you, Mikey. It's you.
I mean, well, do you have your phone sitting like this, or you got it like that? I do the same thing. I don't keep auto rotate on either.
Hold on.
Yeah, but the audio should still be clear regardless.
Is that better?
Uh, well, he's talking about the actual position of the camera. I'm talking about the audio feedback. Um,
I
maybe
thought.
try hopping off, then coming back on. That might fix it.
Okay. Always a fun time. We gotta keep everybody on the toes. We told you, Jay, we're gonna keep you on your toes soon. Today's the day. What's up, Apex? Ooh, 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 ooh.
Apex.
Speaking of which, you gotta send me your address. Got that right there, packaged up, ready to go. Yeah, man, crazy fun. So let me show you, since you guys are here, me and Sam K out here looking fly and fresh with these, but this was one of those spring releases. If you didn't see on Instagram, the Zuel embroidered button up, green
Yes, sir.
green buttons.
Hey,
Dang.
it looks better on you than in the picture for sure.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, my camera must have been greasy or something.
No, it looks smaller, but like with you on camera, like it looks perfect, bro. Looks
Yeah, thank you,
perfect.
thank you. I
Hmm.
wish I could send you guys one, but this one might have to be bought. It was a little pretty penny.
For sure. All right,
Oh.
we got the perfect screen. I don't hear no feedback. I think we good.
Cool. I think
Um,
it could have also been from where I had my phone. I'm in my garage and we have a deep freezer. I had you guys on top of that. And it was like
mm,
buzzing.
maybe so.
Ice cold.
So out of those fights, man, what minus the darkness fight, which we'll spend some time on that fight, your last fight, but out of your fights prior to that, what stood out to you? Which one stood out to you?
Honestly, my kickboxing match, because I've never like done kickboxing. Like I've never sparred kickboxing. Out of everything that I've done in Street Beefs, kickboxing is the one thing that I never really like practiced. I've done a lot of different things, sparred at a lot of different gyms, but I've never done kickboxing. And so it was a little weird switching from practicing Muay Thai, clinching and everything, and going into the kickboxing. But it wasn't hard because it's just like where I be sparring now. It's just Muay Thai sparring without the clinching and elbows. I feel like it's not that hard. I want to go and do it again maybe, but I just that'll be another topic of coming back to Street Beefs because I have a new gym now that I want to start training at. Mortem knows about that.
What? So we're gonna see you start, going into the amateur route and making your way to start paving some serious paths.
Exactly, exactly. I want to focus on Muay Thai for the next 2 to 5 years. That's what I've been thinking about.
Nice.
What? That's crazy. Okay, and you would originally, before you did the Muay Thai, you would have gone for MMA then?
I still want to do MMA. I'm still in the whole journey aspect, but I want to focus on Muay Thai for the next 2 to 5 years because where I'm at now with my gym, not on the team or anything yet, but I found a home gym finally, so I know I can make some moves there.
Yeah, that's very important, bro. You know, especially people pursuing the path of, the amateurs, the pros. Um, Oftentimes people forget about the gym, the coach, the fight
Yeah,
team, and these are key key factors.
They
You
are.
know
It
what?
takes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sup, Mordo?
What?
Mordo.
Another one of Street Beefs West Coast most dangerous, most violent fighters, Mortal.
You're muted, man.
Can barely hear you, brother. Like almost nothing.
Oh no. That's for the earpiece. All sorts of difficulties today.
I had
Man,
the
smart
earpiece in, my
technology.
bad. I had the
Oh,
earpiece in. I was just trying to say how to come back on because the last time my timing was kind of ass because of my Wi-Fi, so I had to come in again and show some love.
Hey, it's perfect because I actually thought about hitting you up to replace Fierce Honey, but I was like, nah, I just had Mortem on back in January. You know what I mean? And then this is perfect. Worked out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
dang, I'm excited. Well, before I ask you your hit you more, I was curious because I wanted to ask Hashira Mikey, man. I want to ask, what was one of your favorite fights that you had? Because we're talking about you were talking about your favorite fight, but I want to tell you my favorite fight. And I want to get your thoughts on the fight because when you fought D-Row, you had a killer fight. I really enjoyed it, seeing you in the sand, your moves, your technicality. But what really sold me on the fight was round 3. You turned it up in round 3. When I see most people tired, lagging, I felt like you didn't really slow down. I felt like you had a bit more of an umph in some of your hits. Just the way even some of your skills that you were utilizing. I was just like, how is he doing this right now in round 3? And so that for me is my favorite fight of yours. I was curious, what you think about that fight?
I love that fight. That fight was I feel like so far that's been my best performance in Street Beefs. Don't get me wrong, I've had many good performances and everything, but there's a lot of things that I did in that fight that I actually wanted to do within the fight, things that I thought about before. I had a plan within that fight and I completed that plan. So, it's one of my favorites. I enjoyed all of my fights, but it's definitely one of my favorites as well.
Nice. Yeah, man. And Dairo had took a little break, but he was somebody who was doing a lot in his first year with Street Beefs.
Yeah.
He was putting the hurt on people. So to see that fight with you two, that was fire. That was fire. Every fight of yours, really. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you.
I wanted to say or ask, what is it about Muay Thai specifically versus the other styles that you gravitate towards?
Muay Thai, I did boxing for like 2 years and I felt I was very good at boxing. I did that in high school. And I don't know, I like the way that, 4 ounce Muay Thai works, but ever since learning traditional Muay Thai, I've kind of fallen in love with the way that it works. Because it's just like boxing. It's just Thai boxing, there's different things that you can do. There's a lot more striking within it. I feel like it's honestly the most dangerous art if I can add that to my arsenal and then still have my grappling and everything. What more can I do?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Dang, all right. You're gonna be kicking ass from every single what psych elbow.
I was
Oh
trying to utilize it last fight, especially.
man, I was gonna say Morta, man. Last time I think we had you on, you were with Braxton Smith, and that man was a beast. He does BKFC, he does MMA. He's going back to the UFC actually. He's got a couple other things he's coming back to. And I want to ask, because we saw a phenomenal fight with you doing 4-ounce gloves. Man, and are we gonna see maybe 1 or 2 more in the future coming out here with that? Because I know that's like a BKFC thing they do before you're pro. You do the 4-ounce glove with boxing matches, and I mean, you just had fireworks. I mean,
Oh yeah. No, I'm all for it. I mean, I've been bugging and sending emails like a motherfucker to Dirty Boxing trying to get a fight out there. Anything, I'm all for it. Like I already signed up for the April event that's coming up. I want to do another 4-ounce boxing, MMA boxing. It don't matter. I'm just all for it right now. Something about the rawness of it, I like it more. If Street Beefs would let me do the bare knuckle, I would have done it by now. But due to the reasons, it's understandable why we haven't done it.
Mortem, I wanted to ask you specifically, who do you see in your division or close in your weight that is competition? Because there's a lot of guys gunning for Mortem. I want to know who's Mortem looking at.
So I have heard there's like 3 motherfuckers out here chatting my name and shit. And every time I always like to tell people that every time I get called out, it never ends well for anyone. Y'all can look at the resume, y'all can look at what has happened in the past fights. But out of all, Deploy, the first time I saw him fight, he's got some skill. He's got some skill, but I still feel like he's a little bit too green. I want to see him fight someone, maybe someone that I fought. I would if he mentioned he wants to do MMA boxing. So if he's down to do that with Island Strong, I would definitely see him as a good competitor. But someone who I have had my eyes on for a while now is Broke Mark. I want to fight Broke Mark. He's got the skills to pay the bills, but I just know that when it comes to that in the pocket boxing, I can do my stuff. And all love to him. We always chatted up and shit. We're homies, but when it comes to in the cage, I just know I'm gonna be the better man.
Fire, man.
I can kind of see that because he's got some killer head movement, and I really enjoy the way he's boxing. But in the pocket,
Broke Mark's boxing is crazy.
It's gonna be to me, it's gonna be the power of Mortem versus the volume of Broke Mark. Yeah.
See,
Mortem,
I would get that, but
Mortem
the
got
volume
that.
doesn't have anything if it doesn't have power.
Right. And that's why that's the match. You know what I mean? Can my volume will my volume be able to do anything when his power is coming? You know? As we know, typically you could have volume, you could have the little peppery jab, but if I know it's not doing anything to me, I'm gonna walk through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's gonna be interesting.
Like I said, speak it into existence. That way, when we see it, we're gonna be able to have it here, pick a little clip, bam, bam. It'll be too much fun. Being young in your career, I was gonna ask you, Hashira Mikey, you have some goals that you want to pursue, but you said you finally found a home gym. Do you have any amateur fights outside of Streetbeefs at the moment, or not yet?
I have one Muay Thai fight, and I lost that fight by decision. It was at One Kicks, but that was like years ago, and that was like I didn't have a lot of training before it. I just went from MMA training a little bit of Muay Thai into fucking a Muay Thai fight. So I wasn't prepared for it as much as I should have been, but I plan on getting a lot more fights. I've been training in different gyms and really just at home by myself. Most of the reason why I look the way I look and perform the way I perform and don't get tired is because of the training that I do by myself and with my team, Mortem, and some of the other guys.
It's dope, man.
Sparring every day.
And what was the thought behind that? Like, how do we come to the 4-ounce gloves and that being almost like the norm?
For just in Muay Thai or what? What do you mean?
More so for Mortem. Like, how did that become, like a normal thing?
It was because they didn't let me do bare knuckles, so the closest I could get to it was the 4-ounce gloves. Because I know I could throw down with the boxing gloves easy. I mean, it's way too easy for me. The fact that with the small gloves I can grab your hands and I can crack it and I can feel it to my bones, that is what really excites me. So that's why it became something normal to me, because everything else, it doesn't feel like a fight. If I box in regular boxing gloves, it just feels like sparring. If I kickbox or do Muay Thai in regular gloves, it feels like just sparring. But when I'm using those small gloves, it feels like a fight. It feels like I have to actually use my IQ and know what to do.
I feel that. The stakes are definitely higher. So you didn't start training like that until after you took on that 4-ounce glove fight?
No, I've always done it. We've always
Okay.
been training with 4-ounce gloves. Me and
Okay.
Mikey, every time we spar, every time we train, we rarely actually do stuff with big gloves just because we're always doing small glove fights. So we're always keeping each other active, and even then, sometimes we won't even use the 4-ounce gloves, and we'll just bare knuckle it.
If you guys could see like our sparring sessions or what we do, we don't record it a lot, but like if you guys were to see that shit, you'd be like, what the
Oh, I could imagine. I mean, both of you display high intensity when in every fight, right? There's a intimidating factor that comes along with both of you guys' presence when you step in the ring, the aura. But one thing's for sure, certain: no matter who you're fighting, it's going to be a fight, and
fuck? Oh yeah.
it's going to be a hell of a fight to the very end. Um, I asked Mortem earlier. I wanted to ask you, Hashira, is there anyone that you have your eyes set on within the Street Beefs community?
Honestly, bro, if I was to actually come back and do another fight, I just want Darkness to come back and actually do a fight with me and make a weight. He fought me 20 pounds heavier, and all he did was try and wrestle with me, and I still out wrestled him. If we had 3-minute rounds, he would have been asleep in the second. I had him in a guillotine, he couldn't get out. If he didn't do that stupid shit at the end, I'm not tripping. Like, it's a legal move. It's just he didn't actually flip forward. He dumped me on my head. Everyone says I landed on, wherever they say I landed. I don't give a fuck anymore. But, like, just come back and fight me, Darkness. If I was to actually come back and waste my time on you. Because I still whooped his ass. We all saw it.
Now, would you, let's just say this happens, right? Would this be MMA? Would this be Muay Thai? What we looking like?
If he wants it MMA, if he makes weight, I'll do MMA again. But if he doesn't make weight, he has to fight me in Muay Thai.
Keep it standing and striking. I like it. Ooh,
Yeah, that'd be a good fight.
I
Be a
want.
good
I
fight.
just finished see that.
just to cut all the motherfuckers I was talking all that shit. They know who they are. Sending me messages after trying to explain how he won. I don't care.
That was crazy. I was just like, for a whole minute, I was just sitting there. Look, no one was around me. I thought it was like a TV show. I looked left, right. I was just sitting there like, oh, what the?
Yeah. It was a good fight though.
Crazy because you talked about what's that?
It was a good fight. I had fun. I had a lot of
Damn
fun.
good fight. It was a damn good fight.
We showed the fuck out that day.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm curious about some of the if you incorporate a little bit of the weights and stuff into your workouts because you talked about the intensity that you and Mortem train at. Samke talked about the level that you bring to every single fight as well. But one thing I was curious about is you walked in at 125. Are we talking about are you having to try to bulk up to make that weight, or are you training so intense that you're cutting down and you're lighter than what you normally would walk around at?
So my fight weight is usually 125, but the Dairo fight I went up and I was 135, so I went up to fight him. I like to fight at 125, but ever since going up in that fight, 135 has been like where I'm stuck at. So I cut down to fight Darkness. I had to cut down, and I was like, it was not hard, with everything that I do. It was very easy to cut. It wasn't that long that I started cutting before the fight. I think I took like a week, maybe 2 weeks to actually start cutting weight. And from how much I run to, what we do when we're training, it's not much. I don't eat all the bullshit that everybody else eats either, so it's not hard for me to cut weight.
Like don't look at this. I only had 2 bites. Okay, I'll put it away. I'll throw it in the trash.
Put that shit
I'll
away.
eat a pizza too. I'll eat like 4 or 5 slices, bro. It just depends on how much you're training yourself.
Exactly. I feel like that's the issue with some foods. People get big old protein packs and they're like, I put on 30 pounds. What the hell? I'm like, well, are you utilizing? Are you hitting the gym every day? Are you doing cardio? Like, are you actually using the fuel you're putting in your body or?
Yeah, no.
Right.
It also comes to like how much you're fasting and things like that too. Like, do you just take some days and not eat and still exercise? It's always exercising, constant exercise, always something.
Yeah.
I like that.
that's the kind of thing that requires discipline, and discipline. Fighters, people don't realize that fighters have lives outside the cage, outside of training, and these battles that we all fight mentally, people don't always get to see. And so a question I had for each of you was, before you go into a fight, how are you able to mentally prepare to kind of push aside the everyday BS with the life, no matter what happens, to be able to make sure you're war ready? Because I don't know, I've seen some people.
You want to go first, Eric?
I'll go first. Me personally, what I like to do is leading up to my fight, because every now and then I get told who I'm gonna fight before the event, and so that gives me enough time to prep and know what I got to do. And so I'll be perfectly fine. I'll hang out with everyone, be cool and shit. But anywhere from a week to 2 weeks before my fight, I tell everyone to fuck off. Don't talk to me. Don't come near me. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to see shit. I don't care about your kid. I don't care about your birthday. Leave me alone. Because to me, what that helps me do is I isolate myself in a war ready mindset, where it's only me. When I'm in the cage, it's only me. None of these other people matter when I'm in that cage. So when I'm in there, it's only you and me, and that's what always helps me.
Like that.
Focus. Focus. The mental aspect a lot of times doesn't get talked about, and it doesn't get exercised. And it's just as important as the physical training. You know what I'm saying? So from what you just said, do you study film when you have the opportunity to?
Yeah, all the time, every time. Doesn't matter how ass they are, I still study them.
Smart.
And not just for me, for everyone in the team. As soon as I get told they're gonna fight someone, I'm always already studying. I'm already looking at what they gotta do, what's gotta happen, because it's a kitchen. We gotta cook. We got the ingredients in that film. We're gonna make shit happen.
Yeah. It's even better if y'all can collectively all together watch at the same time and everybody trade, ideas and insights.
We do that every time.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, we try to at least. Not everyone be showing up sometimes, but me and Eric most definitely we be studying.
Yeah. It shows in the work, man. It
Oh
shows
yeah.
in the work.
But leading up to my fights, I usually I don't push anything aside. I allow myself to fill with rage and everything that I go through. Obviously you don't bring that to the cage, but I don't allow those things to fuck up my life. I'd rather bring that into the cage and allow myself to release it and express myself to the fullest than put that on the people that I love. Everyone goes through shit, but that's the reason why we do these things, to let these things out. I do a lot of meditation though, before my fight as well. Hi, Raja. Team Mortem. But
Stop
yeah,
cheesing. Keep talking.
I do a lot of meditation and just a lot of intense breath work, and I sit in the sauna a lot, and then shadow box. And that's plus all the other training that we do, but just a lot of meditation and sauna work, as I like to call it.
I
It's a
like
good
that. That
mix.
level of, like, some people are born with discipline, and some people, we could earn it through training or consistent practice. And I think a lot of people will like to make excuses, because if they do one, they like to fail the other. And like Samke said, the mental strength isn't exercised enough as we should. And sometimes with the stoic stuff that I read and I study, they also talk about putting yourself willingly into some of those uncomfortable positions, because then when life really does throw things at you, you're like, I willingly put myself into something far worse than this, and this is all life is throwing at me. That's laughable, and then it makes
Yeah.
your life so much easier. And I really feel like with all of us being fighters and this and that, I see it in our lives, and it's crazy, because I actually want to ask both a question for both you guys again too, is Street Beefs has provided some great things, and it's a family, it's a community, but it means something different to everybody. And so I want to know, what is something that you unexpectedly gained from joining Street Beefs as well?
I'll let you go, Mikey.
Something I unexpectedly gained from Streetbeefs is a team. Me and Eric met in high school and everything, but I saw that he was doing Streetbeefs, and then I joined his team. Now I'm just, it's helped me connect with a lot more fighters and learn a lot more things from other different fighters. I like to absorb everything that I'm around. Not all the negativity, but sometimes, I believe in the yin and yang. Sometimes you have to absorb that negativity. I'm a nice guy, but I'm not in the ring. I'm cool with darkness. I was cool with darkness until he damn near broke my neck. We're not fighting for money or anything, so just tap out or go sleep. It's not that hard. It's okay. But I'm not tripping.
Do you feel like that was malicious?
I feel like it was because he had no other choice. He didn't know what to do, and he got scared. So I'm not saying that it's his fault, even though he did it. But like, you should have just tapped out, bro. Because I know he was going to sleep. He didn't even really jump off his feet. He just fell forward. So,
but as a fighter, right? Is that what you do if you're in that situation? You simply tap out?
Me, when I'm getting choked out, like Eric knows what happens when I get on my back. Like, pause, okay? But like, if I'm in a rear naked choke, okay, there's ways to get out of it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if they have it like fully sunk in, like you want to tap if you're against a high level grappler. People do that. I've seen people do that in UFC, which is what the whole conversation on how he was in the right and he did that with with technique, but the thing is, when they do that, they flip forward. He's done that in other fights. I've seen that. I knew about him doing that prior to fighting him. I was prepared for that. I thought he was going to flip fully, which is why I tucked my head, but he landed on top of my head, top in the back of my head, bro. Not this side, obviously. It's this side, but doesn't matter. He won the fight. I'm not tripping. But one, he was 20 pounds over, I already talked about this. If he wanted
the facts are the facts, but you can't expect that man. You're saying right now that he should have tapped when his only other option in his head was to attempt to flip.
Do what you do, bro. You got to do what you got to do to survive. I posted that on my story. You do what you do to survive.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was.
Survived. He survived. I gave it to him. I'm not upset. I took the L. I can take the L all day. But I know he probably wouldn't want to fight me again, especially on weight.
I'd like to see it.
We gotta see it. And it's coming in the summertime.
Come on, darkness.
Should I waste my time? I don't know. I just got out of a car accident. I'm still healing and everything. And once I go back to my gym, I'm probably gonna start getting fights with them. So should I waste my time?
I'd be down to fight him in MMA.
There's no point.
Something to think about and weigh out. But I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Enough about that fight.
Hey, both of you put on. That was, in my opinion, outside looking in, is exactly what it was. I had no other option. You were gonna choke me out. Yeah. And I can't go out like that. I got my baby right here screaming daddy, I got my wife right here. Yeah, we're gonna make this last effort to do something.
Gotta do something. Hey.
So, I felt like it was legal, and I felt like had he not done that, yeah, he was going to sleep. And quickly. It was very quick. But yeah, let's move on.
So it's crazy to me because I see two young fighters here with the world in front of them, and hey, what's up? And it's not very common for you guys to. It's not very common for people your age to have the level of discipline that exists. It's very easy for people to fall into this lifestyle of party, do whatever, enjoy the weekends and stuff. Do you ever feel sometimes like that's really trying to push against you, that you feel the pressure of everybody trying to really bring that out and be like, oh, come chill out, come do whatever? Or do you really like, you're so locked in, it doesn't really matter because you see yourself going other places? And I'm just curious because it's like you guys are very young, and it's like I said, it's very rare to see younger people have the level of discipline as the two of you do.
Me personally, I gotta say, uh, outside me and my personal life, I'm kind of a maniac. I be doing some out of pocket shit, and but it never like stops me from training. Mikey knows I've came drunk and started training. I like training doesn't stop me from doing anything. I'll start drinking, I'll smoke, it don't matter, and I'll continue to train. I'll continue to do my stuff, and it's because for me, I feel like without training, without fighting, I'm nothing. I don't have anything else, so I can't let go of the one thing. So I still have fun while doing the one thing I love.
I love still discipline. See, look at that shit.
Yeah, I'm not fucking on levels of Mortem style, crazy, but I have my own shit. I don't go out. I don't really do anything. No one's saying you should just chill out or doing anything like that. Like, it doesn't stop me from training. I train no matter what. Like, no matter what. The only thing that's stopping me right now from training is just my injuries and everything. I can't do everything that I would want to do right now because of the accident. So I'm doing what I can still. Um, Nothing stops me from training. I have friends that I've known since like fifth grade and everything. They have kids now, so I don't have many friends that, do things anyway. The only people that I hang out with is really Eric or my girlfriend or just my childhood friends, but they have kids. So what do they do? Nothing.
Yeah.
I train when I have to train, no matter what. Birthdays aside, all of that aside, I train no matter what.
Hey, it's
That's what
commendable,
separates.
man. My bad, buddy.
Also, that's just what separates, people who do it for fun to people who actually can make a lifestyle, a career out of it. And I mean, there's plenty of examples, people 40, 50. Sometimes those late 50-year-olds are kind of pushing it, but they're still kicking ass.
It's true. This is true. I wanted to ask both of y'all. This is I never asked any of the fighters this before. What was y'all's first fight like? Your very first fight that you can remember. How did that go down? That's what I want to know.
Oh man, Eric.
Oh, I was gonna let you go, fool.
All right. I remember my mom always brings this up too. Like, I used to. She didn't really know, but growing up, I used to get bullied. I was always the smaller kid or whatever, but I ain't no fucking punk. So I remember these two kids walked in the bathroom and just trying to go to the bathroom. They started fucking with me. I told them if you don't leave me alone, blah blah blah, little kid stuff. I was gonna grab his tongue and then punch the other one in the face. I grabbed the other kid's tongue out of his mouth, just reached in his mouth and just grabbed his tongue, and I punched the other kid in the face. And I walked back to class, and they snitched on me. And my mom had to come to the school because they snitched on me. And I got sent home. That shit was stupid. I think that was like fourth, fifth grade. That's like the earliest fight that I could remember since you asked. That's like stupid shit.
Hey, that was a cartoon though. I seen it. He pulled the tongue out. What do you do in that situation, bro, as a kid?
I don't know, man. Like, kids used to be assholes. They still are.
Facts. Facts.
For me,
Like,
I feel like I've had way too many. Mikey knows. I've since we've known each other, I've always been fighting outside in the street. It don't matter. I've always there's even people out there who can probably even bring up stories and say, yeah, I remember that kid used to fight. He fucked up this dude or that dude. It's if I really had to remember the very first fight I ever had, it was probably like in kindergarten. Some kid was talking shit about my mom, so I took his fucking crayons and he stabbed me in my eye, and I punched him and I just started kicking him in the mouth. And
Dang.
so then, like I remember, I think like his nose started bleeding, and then the teacher came in, and I got kicked out of that kindergarten school.
Yeah.
That was in Mexico.
Damn.
Always been a killer. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm.
So some people are just born with that dog in it. I guess you got him.
No, yeah, I've never
Damn.
cared. Fighting has always been a part of me. No matter where, what time, I'm throwing down.
Dig. See, that's crazy. I remember I thought I like Streetbeefs so much. When I was younger, one of the first fights I ever got in was my family. We were having a barbecue and it was after at a funeral. And my uncles got some other uncles and they all got their nieces and nephews. And so I had to go against some other of my cousins and they made us fight. And yeah, that was pretty interesting. Huh. Dang.
On some family shit.
Family thing. Now,
Speaking of you guys, speaking of family fights, I thought you meant like actually someone that you're trying to hurt. Like,
Yeah, me too.
oh yeah. No,
I mean,
absolutely.
anything that you would have said, you know, this is my
family
first
fights, I
memory.
have fucking millions, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fighting cousins, fighting brothers.
I actually, this is I'm not gonna mention who, but it is a fighter from Streetbeefs West Coast. Mikey knows who I'm gonna be talking about. But me and him got into a good brawl, and it was like on. He started talking shit, and then we were both drinking. One thing led to another. We went outside and we started boxing. Next thing you know, they broke us up. We go into my homie's room, and the fight continues. He tries to put me in a triangle. I pick his ass up, and I just boom, slammed him. And the homie had like a DJ set, so I kind of hit his head on it.
Damn.
And we were just brawling it out. And I just remember his cousin like coming in and screaming, "They're fighting again! Come back in here!"
That's funny.
Yeah.
You got to get the security team to come and break these guys up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Though,
no.
because there was this big ass dude too there. He was like, "I can't do anything."
Fun times. Man, speaking of family and whatnot, you know, two family members that are not my family, but they're family of each other that are fighters I really enjoy are the Diaz brothers. And, you know, I'd love to chill with them. I feel like they'd kick ass in the ring or on the street, you know, we could smoke some weed, do whatever. But I'm a little curious if either of you could, you know, go hang out and chill with any famous fighter out there, you know, no matter who it is, what background, what anything, who would it be and why?
This motherfucker.
Fuck you. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Me personally, I would definitely like to fight Nick Diaz. That has always been a dream of mine to just duke it out with him. Be like, I mean, who else would be high as hell and throw a go-go plata at you in the middle of a fucking 10-round fight? That dude was insane. They stole his fucking career for no reason. So fuck the UFC for that shit.
I'm gonna try and come back as soon as possible, Isaac. I'm still healing, bro. I can't really like spar or throw punches well. I'm just doing my own stuff at the house, and then once I start PT, after I start PT, I'll probably be coming back. But I'm broke, brother. I can't fucking pay for the gym right now. Haven't worked in over a month because, you know, the accident. Shit sucks right now. I'll be back though.
That's real life.
Yeah.
Hey, man, but recovery is key, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I was gonna say, well, you know, you're a little hurt from the car accident. Have you ever got hurt from a sparring or like an actual fight, or
I
never really
actually-
suffered any?
I haven't had a serious injury like ever. The only injury I had was before the Dairo fight. I fractured my foot really bad, and I thought it was just like, you know, a little fracture. You know, I thought it wasn't bad, but I had to go to the doctor because my foot was swollen and it wouldn't unswell for like 3 days. I still fought him that day, like, and it was healed, and I used that foot to kick him because like it healed, got stronger. So like that foot is like now the foot that I love to kick people with.
The foot that's gonna whoop your ass.
Got Super Saiyan leg.
Kicking ass, literally. Shit. I want to know if there is a fighter that you could train with. that any fighter, who would it be?
Honestly, any fighter I could train with, if I could bring him back alive, it would be Bruce Lee, 100%.
Same, brother.
Hell yeah.
It would be Bruce Lee.
If we're going that far back, I'm gonna say Miyamoto Musashi, but Bruce Lee would also be a good one. Living, Justin Gagey.
Living, ooh,
Living, I'd say Justin Gagey or Mike Tyson, just because I love his boxing. That's where some of my boxing came from. So I
living
love
is
him.
hard though, because I like a lot of fighters.
Just saying me.
You got to pick. You got to if you got a lot of picks, you got to pick the best out the pick.
It would probably be Rocking right now.
Okay.
Oh, why did I think of that? I'm out.
It would probably be Rocking. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, those are good fighters.
I'm gonna switch my name from Gagey to Raw Tang too. Raw Tang or DJ.
DJ, oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh
Yeah.
my god. That's perfect. Like, perfect.
Y'all might run into you go to DJ, you might run into death sentence while training with him though. I don't know if you want that training session.
He's gonna need his death sentence, that's for sure.
Oh man, that's like we're not even gonna speak on that, man.
Yeah. Let me stop before I get assaulted. Buddy, buddy, who would you want to train with?
Honestly, even though I'm having a lot of fun, I enjoy like MMA, being able to wrestle. I would want to try to get my hands, and I want to train with Canelo.
Okay.
I feel like his head movement would really make me focus and utilize my eyes and try to really get there, because I feel like out of everybody, he'd be able to show me. And I really learn a lot from adaptive. When I'm seeing something's not working, I try to break it down. Even if I can't figure out how to do it or how to counter it, because I need to learn or have someone tell me, I can figure out how someone's making it work. I'm like, all right, so this is what he's doing every time, and then I can try to apply that to myself. And like, all right, so I learned how to defend what I'm doing. Now I got to figure out how to go past this man's defense or something. But heck yeah, a staple.
Who you got? Canelo versus Crawford. Who you got?
Is that even a question?
Ooh, now see, I still have to go with Canelo a little bit more, but if he had to go against Benavidez, I think he might be losing a little bit more than just a title. No. Well, you think Crawford's gonna take? I see Hashira Mikey over there smiling.
Oh yeah. I'm Crawford all day. I mean, I like. I ain't gonna say I like Canelo. Canelo's good. Canelo's great, but yeah, he ain't.
I'm going Canelo. I don't think Crawford got it. We're gonna have to fall for it, Mikey.
We gonna see, brother.
All right, my favorite boxer though is Lomachenko. What about Lomachenko versus Canelo?
See, I ain't watched enough of him to even speak on it.
I have to say 10 toes down on mine. I can't switch him. I can't switch now. I gotta stay with Canelo.
I would be gone in 2 seconds, Isaac. you know how that goes.
Now,
2 seconds.
We're talking about some fun moments, and it would be pretty cool to be able to, train with some of these fighters, meet cool people. It'd probably be something that would be one of our, a proud moment. And because it's proud moments, I wanted to ask each of you, it can be fight related or non-fight related because the spotlight is on you. But what is one of the most proud moments each of you has had in your life? Because I feel like, it's a moment of happiness, let it out there. He is really good.
Eric?
You, Mikey. I'm still thinking.
Is that Nogi? Who is that?
That's Nogi. Nogi, you gotta come back. I want to fight you.
Nogi was a dog, man. Yeah. If that's you, bro, we miss you. And you heard what Morton said, so.
Honestly,
wow.
I think it was like one of the times that I ran 10 miles for the first time because it was like a new level of, I don't know, experience of running and runner's high and everything. I don't know. I felt very, very weird. Felt good though, but I ran that and I had to run home, so that's like damn near a marathon. Shit sucked, but it was worth it. I've never done that before, but I want to go and run a marathon. I think that will be like something I do soon or once I get better.
I think for me, it's gonna sound corny as hell, but it was the moment I joined Streetbeefs because I had found someone where I could actually make a name for myself. Like Channing Tatum said, but I make a name for myself. So as soon as I came in, I didn't. As soon as I fought Battleborn, I think that might have been it. The moment I fought Battleborn, because I was able to show what I had, and even that green at that time to stand with a fucking giant like that. It till this day, I always look back at that fight and it makes me proud that I was able to do that. And every time, it just pushes me forward.
I like that.
I love it. And I just have to say real quick, Hashira, I don't even think I've ever ran 10 miles if I try. Yeah, I gotta see if I can. I think I've, got like 6 tops.
I might.
If you can run 6, you can run 4 more. Just pace yourself differently.
I'm out of shape though.
Oh, nah, you got to get in shape, brother. Mortem don't play, bro. We need you in your prime form.
That would be a good rematch. That was a fun fight to watch.
3-1. We haven't seen 3-1 come back though.
That's true.
You know,
Everyone only had like 3 fights, right? 3, 2, 3.
I know of 2, but maybe 3. I don't. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. So now we got a fun one, all right? Because we got to ask everybody. Samka usually has his bang. You got your bang today? Because we got to get these guys' favorite.
It's in the
sponsors,
freezer. I'm finna hit the movies, so I got it in the freezer. I'm finna drink that bitch on the way. Yeah, so we saving it. Yeah, we got it though. Hold on, I got an extra one on stash.
Oh heck yeah!
So you guys,
what's up?
Hold on.
And what's sad is I finally got my hands on the classic. Man, it's been so long. It's been too long.
This right here is my pre-workout. Whenever I run, whenever I spar, whenever I train.
Okay. What's that? The tomato shit? The clamato?
No, it's a Smirnoff orange.
Gee. Okay. All right. I see you, sir.
I'm dropping down. Look at that. Bam.
Okay, I see you, buddy.
Yeah.
I see you. You know.
Living good now. I'm coming back to the So the scrapyard event is on my birthday, and for sure I'm going to be fighting that day, May 24th at the scrapyard. I'm turning 32, and I'm going to be getting in that cage and throwing down.
Hell yeah!
I like it, man.
I like that.
Dang, I can't wait.
When was the last time? Look, this man, he getting his pre-workout too. When was your last fight, buddy?
My last fight was a boxing match. It's a little over a year ago. I came back temporarily for the one boxing against Peanut. Wasn't my best performance, and he got the win going to decisions. I saw a lot of stuff where I was like, you can clearly see I wasn't training, and yeah. So when I come back, you're gonna be able to see a whole lot of different. I haven't been able to get as much sparring in, but I got some stuff lined up. But I've been doing a lot of like more intense workouts, hit workouts, or when I do dumbbells, I'll do a full upper body set before I drop everything. So I do like lateral raises, front, reverse rows, reverse butterflies, shoulder press, bicep curl, tricep extensions, double with leg squats, sumo squats, the calf raises, and then like the single leg bend overs. After I do all that, that's one set, drop it down, wait 1 minute, pick it back up, do it again. That's second set, and I try to do those 3 back to back with minimal resting in between the 3 sets. Then I go hit the running, and I probably do about half a mile to medium speed, sprint for about a quarter mile, go finish it out at like a faster pace, and then after that, just try to focus on breathing and regulating it real quick so I could catch my breath. Like,
okay, we gonna have to incorporate fight training too, though.
Yeah, so that's what's coming up soon. I'm gonna go check out Columbia River Jiu Jitsu
There
probably
you
in the
go.
next 2 weeks.
There you go.
So yeah, I gotta get on your guys' level, man. I see you guys killing it out there. If I show up and I get back on screen, I can't show up like no lame.
Yes, sir. You got anyone in mind out in the scrapyard, or you for
There's a
whatever?
I'm for whatever. There's a couple people that came out that I think would be a good match. One of them, he was a little heavy though, was this Mexican dude that came out recently at this past event. He had fought at some other event, but he almost went to Street Beefs West Coast, he said, but he's from California, but he fights for a different organization. He came up here and he's about 165. But man, when I heard him throw, he had some thumps that I can't even imagine came from somebody his size. So I was like, okay. So yeah.
What's up, man? And Mortem, you said you're scheduled for April, huh?
Yes, sir.
Will we ever see anyone from Team Mortem show up to the hot box for a fight?
Um, I myself can't go down to the hot box due to the way things are currently. I don't want to speak too much on it, but
You
I
fine,
can't.
bro.
I
You fine.
myself can't go down there. But if anyone else would be down to go down there, I would always be supporting them and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been putting together a new, because all of us were kind of reaching new levels and we want to turn into the amateurs. But I want to keep the name of Team Mortem alive in Street Beefs West Coast. So I've been putting a team together of fighters that I've been training and helping out so they can hopefully come in and show out just like we did.
The
Hell
new
yeah.
wave of Mortem,
Yep. The
of
new
Team
Mortem
Mortem.
wave.
Yeah, I like it. The second wave. That's what's up, brother. And about how many people you got so far for that next wave? The,
3. I got a heavyweight. That heavyweight, he gon' he gonna tear shit up. He fucks me up all the time.
uh-oh.
Oh
He's
man,
damn near knocks
that's
my
gonna
ass the
be a
fuck out.
crazy one.
He's fast. He's got skill. This dude is just gonna put people on notice. That's for sure.
What's the weight looking like, roughly?
He was there at the last event. I don't know if you remember. My brother.
He was in the
He's
he was in
around
the back for my fight.
280,
280. Ooh.
but he's cutting down.
All right, heavy. All right. I have too much fun. I just realized I gotta hurry up. I didn't because to anyone else who knows, I have a night job. I had to switch things up so I could start making these events again. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, so I gotta be the one to head out real quick. I'm sorry, Samke. Sorry, Mortem.
Good,
I'm
man.
sorry,
Good, good,
Hashira
brother.
You're all
Mikey.
good, bro. You're all good.
All
So you
good,
guys
brother.
are phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, you have you a great shift, bro.
Thank you. Peace out.
Peace. All right, and then there were 3. Yeah, man. So what we got after April? We got any amateur fights we looking at?
Hopefully.
That's hopefully, man. With
I,
everything that's going on, I just have to wait until I start going to PT to see where I'm at. If I
Yeah.
can start going back to the gym and really just see if I can start working again, so I can pay for the gym. That's really it.
we were training at the same gym, and I look forward to coming back because we actually got some good news from the homie Buzz, and that gave me some hope. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back and start training because I'm also kind of down unemployed right now due to work getting really slow in construction where I'm at right now. So I look forward to coming back and training at that gym, and hopefully by April, after April and so on, I have more sanctioned fights coming up, tournaments, whatever they want to give me. I'm all for it.
Hell yeah, bro. That's the goal. That's the plan.
It's coming, man. You guys have been working hard, putting in putting up the numbers. You know, it's bound to happen.
I'm most definitely getting better, bro. Like after my accident, I was in a whole walker. Now, like I'm good to start walking around on my own. The only thing I haven't done yet is go on a run by myself. Like I haven't gone on a run at all.
Hmm.
So I've been like jump roping a little bit, using the 5 pound dumbbells and doing my workouts that I do. I have specific workouts. People think 5 pound dumbbells can't do nothing for you, but they could do a lot. Uh, and I've just been focusing on calisthenics like how I did like in the beginning of when I first ever started training. I just went back to the basics. Still injured and still unable to do a lot, but slowly but surely I'm coming back.
Yeah, no, it's good that you still have the mentality of let me do something. You know what I mean? Because a lot of time we can allow situations to make us not do anything.
Oh yeah.
So, you're still focused and still, hitting your goals. Yeah, man. Bricks, what's good, man? We getting all the old school OGs of the West Coast popping up, and we need y'all back, bro. We need y'all back. Bricks, Nogi, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. But shit, man, you guys have been great guests. If you guys want to give out any shout outs, any plug-ins, now's the time.
I'll let you go, Michael.
Just follow my Instagram, as I always say, Hashira Mikey on Instagram. That's it. I don't really have anyone to shout out. Pinto Muay Thai. What's up, guys? That's it.
Same here. Shout out to the guys, to the homies over there at Pinto. Y'all can follow me at on Instagram at MMA Mortem. Besides that, I'm gonna pull a little Shinigami and say shout out to my lady because she the best. But besides that, that's all I gotta say.
Hell yeah.
I think my
Hey,
girl
man.
watching too high, babe.
As they should, as they should.
Yeah.
Hey, man, well, we appreciate you guys for being on. Phenomenal time, and I wish you guys well. Everyone watching, go check out these guys' fights. These are two West Coast killers. Mortem, Hashira Mikey. Appreciate y'all.